In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to configure the Asset Discovery feature of Trackit. The Asset Discovery goes out and scans your network. It can scan through Active Directory domains or IP segments and find all the assets on your network. So computers, printers, routers, switches, basically anything that's connected to the network with an IP address. So to get into the configuration for Asset Discovery, right now we're in the inventory module of Trackit, so you can either just click on Configure Discovery here in the toolbar on the left, or you can go to Tools, Admin Console, and you can also press F9 to get to Admin Console. So we're going to open up the Admin Console, and we're going to go to the Inventory module, and under there is our Network Discovery node. Under here you can select Network Domains, and this is the most common one, and Trackit will actually detect the domain you've installed to and populate it in here so that you can scan to that by default, or you can add others. So you can just click Add right here and look for a domain that you'd like and add that as a domain to be scanned. You can also do IP addresses, organizational units, those type of things, but most common are going to be your network domain and an IP address segment. So we're going to go ahead and add an IP address segment here just for the example. My example here is 10.5.93.1. I have a small test segment here that I'm scanning against. So 10.5.93.100. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that in. And the last thing I want to show you here on the configuration is you can schedule the Asset Discovery to run on an interval. And this is nice because you can set it up to run every day, for example, here. And anytime new items show up on your network, it will discover those. And if you set up a technician to notify, it'll actually email that person and let them know that there's new devices and what the names of those devices are, and they can come look and track it and find them. So once your discovery's all configured here, we can hit OK to save our changes, and in the inventory module you can force the discovery to occur by clicking this Discover Assets Now link right here on the left in the toolbar of the inventory. And so what's going to happen here is the Trackit server is going to read that IP address range that we put in, and it's going to go out here and fire up the discovery service, connect to the network, and start trying to detect items that fall in that IP range. I've also performed, for the sake of time, I performed it before I started recording, a scan of the domain so I can have a few more assets show up here, and when you'll see those when we finish with our IP scan. So it takes a minute here just to run through. It's going through the range of IPs that we put in there before, the 93.1 through 93.100. And once these are all scanned, you're going to see a window come up that shows you all of the assets that have been discovered and lets you transfer those items into your inventory so that you can then either manually manage them or audit them. And when we audit them, we're actually going to run an audit agent, the Trackit audit, on those machines to detect all their hardware, software configuration information, and that then they also will be linked up to your users that are imported from your directory importer utility. So for now we're just going to finish covering the Asset Discovery section here. So you're going to see that here's a bunch of machines that I've discovered, and right now the default action says Add to Inventory. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save here. And it's telling me 50 new assets are going to be added to my inventory, which is fine because I just discovered them. I want them in my inventory. So I click OK. Here's your progress bar going across. It takes a minute. It's actually generating all of these assets. So now those assets that I just discovered on my network are now showing up here in my inventory module. So at this point, you can see these ones that are marked as computers. You can actually go ahead and right-click on these machines and select Audit Now to audit them. You can select Take Control if you have remote control enabled. But essentially, the first thing you want to do now is audit them. And we're going to have another video tutorial that talks about audit and audit scheduling and audit now and all those things and how you can associate them. So basically that's asset discovery. I hope this video was helpful to help you configure it.